we find a 79 short bed square body. 1979, it's on the title. It's got some problems, but I don't think it's anything we can't handle with some partner support. But it's all complete. It's all original. Fix the body first, fix the rust under the cab, make it super clean, and then once the body is all clean, then we're gonna work on the suspension. We'll do a coilover on it, but we're gonna lift it. 33-inch tire. We're basically gonna make a brand new, if GM were to release a square body today, that's what we're gonna build. Paint it Ferrari red, and have some nice wheels on it, nice interior. Probably do an LS swap in it. It's got a 350 in it, but yeah, it's just a shuttle. There she is, old Project Rocky. She looks rough. It's all right though. We're gonna fix her up. We'll go over some things that we're gonna do in a minute here. Yep. Got that engine delete package now. Save some weight. No, that's good. Things coming down.
Right, cut that wheel again.
Which way?
Sorry.
Like that?
Yeah.
But I think it's cool all the way around. I got a little bit of custom interior going on there, custom shifter. That's all going to come out and go back to stock. Got the original hood. We're not going to need that. Who needs it? Yeah, man. Uh-oh. Gonna have to keep him. Get the rockers fixed. Cab corners fixed. We're gonna just do new bed panels from Automotive Metal Direct. New front end pieces, but 79 front end, you can't beat it. Well, front end's off. That was actually went a lot smoother than we were expecting, so that's nice. Obviously, the people that had this before us took it off before because the bolts pretty much came out easy. All right, I'm gonna see this other front end real quick. Check that thing out, all in one piece, done, off. Don't even need it. All right, cool. All right, on to the next one. Boom, and there she is within a couple hours. Front end's off, bed's off. Now we got a cab and frame. We're gonna keep going. Bolts out here. I'm gonna take these bolts out here. Take this upper off. Lift this thing up with these tie rod ends off and come off. go. Coated. Got the top coated, got the bottom coated, got it on the lift how we need it, so we could just start bolting stuff on. This KBS coating is pretty nice, I gotta admit. I'm happy with the results for a brush on finish. There's some alignment holes. These alignment holes line up with the bolts that are inside of here, so you just want to line them up correctly before you crank them down. Make sure those are lined up, crank it down, and then you can move it in place.
Between the bearings.
Yep. Yep. So the grease comes out nice and in the middle of all the bearings.
Pottery.
I hate to say
Oh, I got an itch.
I hate to say it, but it looks tasty.
Looks what?
Tasty.
Tasty? Well,
It's
yeah.
like some raspberry pie feeling
Yeah.
or something.
Well, take my word for it.
It's not. It's not.
March. I don't know when in March, but
Alright, we just got the front hub on from rockauto.com. Part that we put on, Borgson steering shaft. It's gonna go up to our I Did It steering column eventually. Yeah. And all the good stuff with energy suspension stuff. This is a master kit for a 73 to 80 GM two-wheel drive half-ton. It includes the transmission mount set, the front end control arm bushing set, rear leaf springs and shackles, all the body mounts, and front greasable sway bar bushings. They give you a good amount of it.
yeah. Can't put me in there.
Alright, the time has come. Put Rocky on his own weight for the first time. Get a measure of the frame, see how even or uneven it is. He's on his own weight. Rocky's looking good, front end set. How it's gonna sit? Well, check that out. It sits almost dead level. Got oil on it. 5.3 liter. So it's gonna be a really unique setup for Project Rocky. Now the motor's got it. Oh.
So, one trick I'll show you is if you look at this hole, see here's the 3 torque converter holes, all right? If you'll notice, that one's shaped different than these 2.
Yeah.
So, ideally, if you line this up, usually like you pointed out before, the starter hole.
Yes.
So if you put this over here, you can actually put that bolt in tight, and these 2 will line up.
Yeah.
And then measure right to your bell housing flange, and that's right at 7/8 of an inch in this case. And then tape measure is close enough. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, put that up there.
We're gonna be.
Can you see it there?
Yeah.
7/8 of an inch.
Okay.
All right.
Makes sense.
So keep it from hanging up when you're trying to put the converter in there. Be careful that O-ring. It's important.
Yeah.
Okay. 1/8 is good. 1/16 is tight because those converters will, you know, they do balloon and they can start pushing against the crankshaft.
Yeah. So they got.
Yep. Some lube in there.
So
When they go. That's probably fine. There went in one.
Yeah. Click.
So if it you gotta keep spinning it, I can tell just by eyeballing down the edge here, it's not all the way in. There. There's no hole here.
Actually, that is fine.
It's upside down. Flip it around. The 2 holes up there does not line up.
Yeah. So these holes don't line up if it's upside down. Right side up. They line up solid.
And those are just factory 79 small
Yeah.
block Chevy.
From the dealership. So this is going to be to the top. So the other side should also have the cut at the bottom. Spinning? Can you see that on video at all?
There's a big hole in the bottom. Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see
See
it.
the converter?
Yeah, see at the bottom too.
Yeah, you can see the converter.
Come on this side.
Oh, wait. Where you at? There you are.
See it?
Yep. Yeah, I can even see your finger in there. Make sure
yeah.
that'll turn freely with it bolted up tight.
Torque converter bolts. You see it in there? And this was already spun correctly.
Should be. Look
Yeah.
at that hole. Has it got that oval shaped hole there?
Yep, it does.
Yeah. So now you line that bolt up, tighten it, and then you only have to turn it
Yeah.
120 degrees twice. All right. Your torque wrench.
And we have it
You need
set.
to hold it, maybe, or will it?
Yes, hold it please.
I'm not sure if I'm holding it right direction.
We'll find
We'll
out.
Find out.
30 pounds.
That's what it says. Yep.
Okay. 30 pounds.
All right. Now we want to turn it 120 degrees.
One.
You see the hole yet?
Yep.
Right there?
Right there.
That hole line up? Good. You go? You get it? Okay. All right. How much more?
One more. A little bit more. Boom, right there.
Right. So every bell out there, I mean, they're already doing weeks of one. But the problem is that those aren't made. It's like this one. They're not made like that one. You know, this you have to machine it off. You have to take a stall that off, and then machine it, and then have a adapter.
Look at old Rocky outside all on his own, waiting for a body that we're picking up tomorrow, but that motor is clean. Summit Racing 5.3 liter LS. Low car LS Classic Series setup on there. Rough country suspension, BDS parts on there, stuff from Rock Auto. This is a really cool setup. All right, let's get this thing over to the body shop, put the bed on it. First time we're gonna see paint next to this new chassis and suspension. It's gonna be exciting. It was pretty cool seeing everybody stare at the truck while we drove to the paint shop. That LS motor, those 22-inch wheels, it's so clean and smooth. We're using old little OBS here to tool all of our Auto Metal Direct parts. And these are going to be the bed sides. We got the hood in there. We got the fenders. Pretty much everything we need, other than the doors, because we've already got them, to rebuild our 79 Squarebody. Great time to talk about our sponsor for this video, Auto Metal Direct. If you got a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, you need some body panels, definitely check out their website. I bet they have what you need. Got the bed parts getting prepped. All Auto Metal Direct items. Brand new bed floor, wheel tubs, and fenders. So we're gonna bolt this all together, coat it, paint it. We got the body stripped down, cab stripped down. Working on that. As you can see, Shane from Street Dreams prepped it very nicely. He's got a nice solid coat of primer on every part and piece, doing it all together in one shot so everything is nice and even. We're using PPG epoxy primer so we don't have to worry about rust or any kind of corrosion later on in the future. And for the color, we're going with Ferrari Red. This is also PPG paint. He's coating each and every panel as if it were sitting on the truck. You may be asking why we chose Ferrari Red. Well, the goal here was to build the most desirable square body. And if you know the famous quote from Enzo Ferrari, ask any kid to draw a car and he will draw that car red. So with all the paint nice and even, it's time for some clear. We can't say enough great things about Shane from Street Dreams. If anybody needs a really solid paint job on their truck, reach out. Street Dreams in Ocala, Florida. He's an amazing painter, very detailed, very well experienced. I'll shut up now for a few minutes so you can enjoy the rest of the paint process.
You know, a little wet sand, a little buffing, this thing is going to look like glass. Not bad for a 30-year-old boost. Needs cleaning, needs painting, needs caulking, but it gets the job done. Look at that custom firewall.
It's pretty. It's perfect. How amazing that looks. It's exciting. I like it. Love the letters. Shane and the whole crew at Street Dreams made it easy to lift the bed onto the frame without scratching anything. I can't wait to drive this thing. Getting some bolts put in. Man, the underside of this bed is so cool looking. Man, I love that. Hooking it up to this hoist. We're gonna hoist it up, back the trailer right under it, set it down. If you see the whole bottom side of it's coated, looks killer. How smooth. I'm allowed to touch this because it's my truck, people. Nice and smooth. If you notice, they trimmed this so it's a little shorter. Got the firewall with the rolled edges. All right, carefully backing up the frame. Gonna lift up the cab, set it right on top. Really nice to have a hoist like this in the shop. Street Dreams is all set for stuff like this. They're gonna go ahead and set the cab down, get underneath it, line it up correctly, bolt it in. Look at that, we officially have a truck. Project Rocky got its cab. All right, again, shout out to the guys at Street Dreams. They made it happen. Now we're gonna get this thing back over to the shop. Actually, we're gonna take it to the home shop since our shop is kind of full right now. We'll take it off the trailer and get it all prepped, start putting this front end on. All right, truck's in the garage. Truck is in Rocky's shelter. If you guys remember, we did this garage floor in a previous video. We used wall color called Rocky's Shelter, so it works out perfect for Rocky. So I think we're looking good on the doors. Gaps look solid all the way around. So we nailed it with the doors. Now we just got to start assembling. These are auto metal direct doors, auto metal direct bed, everything auto metal direct except for the cab. Before we start assembling the front end, I want to go ahead and get this glass in so we're not leaning over the front fenders. Back glass went in great. Front glass, not a problem, even with the chrome trim. Shout out to Steel Rubber Products for the perfect fitting rubber seals. Alright, next up on the list is getting this I Did It steering column installed. We got to assemble it, get the hole drilled, slide it in, bolt it in. It's pretty easy, which is why the company is called I Did It. We have to make a few slight trims on the Borgeson steering shaft to be the perfect length. Make a nice little cut, slide it in, fits no problem using their adapters, which we picked up from I Did It as well. And now we have a factory upgraded steering link from Borgeson. We're gonna go ahead and paint radiator support. We asked everybody, nobody thinks it'd be better red. I don't either. So when the grill's on it, headlights are on it, we want that to be black. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot it. Instead of taking it back to the painter, we're just going to use some ultra trim black. This stuff is solid. It's going to be exactly what we need for this. This isn't going to be in direct sunlight all the time. It'll be fine. So we're going to do ultra trim black on it. We'll prep it. It hasn't been touched at all since it's been painted. Start spraying. We did a few light coats at the start before fully coating it to make sure that it all bonded correctly and will not come off at any point later on in the future. Looks great. This product works out well, and it looks way better black than red. Now while we wait for that to dry, Roger's going to take some measurements so we can order up a dry shaft. Alright, so here's the deal. We got the truck in the garage. We got to start working on this interior now. Everything's stripped out, super clean. We got some coating underneath the dashboard. So everything under there is coated. Doors are fully painted. Everything's looking solid. Eddie Motorsport steering wheel, looking good. I Did It. Steering column, went in nice and smooth. Got our factory placement all in there. Everything looks nice and painted and brand new. So we're ready to start putting this interior together. We've got all the parts and pieces that we need. We got all the plastic panels. We got all the screws, all the bolts, all the little springs, every single piece and part that we need. We ordered it all from one place. LMC truck. Alright, now we get to the fun part. We're going to start putting these fenders on. We've already taken a few measurements to make sure the radiator support is centered. We got the driver's side on, radiator support on, passenger side on. All the bolts lined up perfectly. Our Eddy Motorsports hood hinges lined up exactly how we had planned on it. Auto Metal Direct panels really are a factory replacement. Everything lines up as it should, including all these inner radiator pieces that hold the grille and headlight buckets. Next part is this hood latch retainer piece that goes on top of the radiator, just bolts right in. Following that is the lower grille shroud. This is where the parking lights will mount up to. It bolts right into the factory locations, no cutting, no drilling. Again, Auto Metal Direct, they really make parts that are designed to be factory replacement and use the factory mounting holes. Alright, at this part we're starting to get excited. It's a mean looking truck. Alright, tailgate time. Got this side hinge on already. These are pretty solid hinges, got them from Auto Metal Direct. This will be the latch, factory bumpers, got brand new ones, so all this is brand new. We already got this side on. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the other side and we can stick that tailgate on. Brand new 79 tailgate, got the indented or embossed letters on it. Looks great. So naturally, with all new body panels, we're going to use all new hardware. This hardware also came from Auto Metal Direct. This bottom one, you got a small hole right there. That's going to be the bumper, and this one actually gets a screw. Brand new paint. Exactly how we want it. Let's put this tailgate on. Yes, I admit for this I had to call in the wife for a little bit of help. Needed a second hand, but she did a great job. Alright, next up, before we can start any of the interior, we got to install this low car floor shifter. It's an automatic shifter. It's designed specifically for our 4L60E. Let's get the floor cut and get it installed. Alright, we have a truck. All the parts and pieces are officially on. Auto Metal Direct body panels. Interior is gonna go next. We got all this stuff from LMC trucks, so we're gonna rebuild the entire interior. We got our low car shifter all installed. It looks perfect. And our engine bay is ready to roll. It's finally time to do some wiring. Project Rocky. It's looking good. Two-wheel drive, LS powered 79 Squarebody. How good that looks under there. Everything brand new, fresh, clean. Auto Metal Direct really came through with all these amazing body panels. It's exciting. Nicole went ahead and installed the grille. We installed the corner lights as well as the corner light brackets. These 79 C10s have a bracket that goes behind the corner light that we got from LMC Truck. These corner lights are from United Pacific Industries. These are really nice LED corner blinker lights that we'll have wired up when it goes to the wiring shop next week. The grille and the fenders and all of these trim pieces all came from Auto Metal Direct. The guys at AMD have made all these body panels and grille panels line up to the factory locations. Everything fits amazingly perfect. We use all the hardware that was provided, and it all just bolts in like it should. Over the past few years, Auto Metal Direct really came through for us truck guys by coming out with all of these great parts that fit in the factory locations. So if you're looking to rebuild your C10 or Squarebody, even Ford and Dodge trucks, definitely check out autometaldirect.com. See what all they have for your truck, order it, install it, you'll be just as good as we are. Next up, we're going to have these headlight trim rings. After we put the grille in and the upper and lower trim pieces, the trim rings go on in their factory location. We simply use some screws to install them completely. We use a pick tool to line up the screw holes exactly, but everything just goes into its factory location. And man, this really looks good. There are some aftermarket grills out there and some aftermarket panels, but we wanted an all factory looking front end for our 79 C10. And we think this is the way to go for this truck. We love it. Hopefully you guys think the same thing. Leave some comments below if you think we made the right choice with all factory replacement parts. So as you can see here, I'm using a pick tool to line up the holes perfectly so the screws can go in. These are all factory locations, factory screws. Everything looks good, exactly how it came right out of the factory in 1979. Alright, so the next item we want to work on is the inner fender wells. Nicole's going to simply slide these clips in so we can slide the new metal inner fender wells that we picked up locally from National Parts Depot. We also dropped them off over at Shane at Street Dreams to have them coated so they won't rust. But these inner fender wells are metal. They fit in the exact factory location as the originals did. We just simply slide it up in there, line up the holes with a pick tool or a screwdriver, and then use all new hardware directly from LMC truck to bolt in these inner fender wells in the factory location. These are not bigger inner fender wells, they're not deeper inner fender wells. These are factory replacement metal inner fender wells from LMC truck. They have them for your Chevy C10 and Squarebody as well. So as you can see, I need to use a screwdriver to kind of line the holes up exactly. This metal is pretty stiff, especially with it being coated, so we just have to force it to go into the right location, and then we can start the bolts in each of their spots. The hardware makes it easy. All we have to do is simply use a ratchet to bolt it in. There's a few bolts underneath the front fender as well. Admittedly, we had to use an impact gun to finish it all off, but they all fit in the factory location and look great. All right, front end's good. Grille's on, headlights are in, corner lights are in, bumpers in, front end looks solid. We got our inner fender wells on. Those things are sweet, very nice. They're coated, so we don't have to worry about them rusting. We rhino-lined them, if you can see real close. Got a nice rhino-line coating on it. Got our battery rack in. So this is pretty much good to go. We get the cooling in, we get the windshield wiper motor in, and then we send it over to wiring. We got our Eddie Motorsport hinges already installed, so it'll be easy. These install in the factory location. They look great, they work great. High quality billet aluminum. So Mike will come over here, we'll pop that hood on. It's all ready to go. Just got to get a buddy to come help because that thing is heavy. All right, now that Mike's over here, we're gonna grab this hood, line it up in the location that it should be. These hinges bolt into the factory location like everything else. They're just all billet and they will not rust. So as we held them there, Nicole put in all the screws, started them by hand so we can adjust the hood. We also put towels on both fenders to make sure when we do close it, it doesn't nick any of the fenders while we line it up. We had to open and close it quite a few times to get everything lined up, but just don't crank the bolts down all the way. We also used a rubber mallet to knock the hood hinges down just a little bit to get them to lay even and flat. But spend a little bit of time, take a little bit of effort, line it all up correctly, and there won't be any problems with these hood hinges and this factory hood from Auto Metal Direct. Looks great. Can't wait to get this thing wired up. Start driving. All right, got the hood on, front end's done, inner fenders are in. Next up, we're gonna put these doors together. All right, here we are back on Rocky. Today, we're gonna get this fuel filler installed. All right, so naturally, to get our parts, we called our buddies at LMC Truck. We got our fuel filler hose. This is the one that has the screws. This is perfect for our bed. We got the filler cap, we got our hose, and we got our vent hose. And luckily, this filler tube comes, the neck comes with the gasket and the screws. So it's gonna be nice and easy. We gotta get the hose clamps for both of these, but I got those. So we'll go ahead and get this thing in there. We've already got the gas tank mounted. You can see where the filler hose goes. So first thing I'm gonna do, grab this filler, grab these screws, get this thing lined up here exactly how we need it. Thanks to all these great aftermarket companies like Autometal Direct and LMC Truck, all these parts and pieces line up in their factory locations. So we just got some factory replacement hardware, put the fuel filler neck up into the factory location, secured it with just a few screws, cranked it down, and it's good to go. Time to move on to connecting the hoses from the filler neck to the gas tank itself. We'll just connect that hose to that hose, and we'll be set. Just gotta go grab my hose clamps. Alright, so I'm gonna bust out our handy dandy hose clamps, figure out the right size ones. It's gonna be a little loose. Boom, there's one. That looks good. And then there's two. Looks solid. That's for the filler. Okay, so we simply slide the filler hose onto the neck, twist it around, make sure there's no kinks, no bends. That will stop the flow of the fuel going into the tank. Ideally, we're going to turn these hose clamps to where they're easily serviceable. So we're going to move them into the right locations to where we can easily put a screwdriver or a socket in there. And then once they're in the right spot, we simply tighten them down with a flathead screwdriver and then come back afterwards and crank them down with a socket. Make sure that these are easy and accessible in case you ever need to service it later on. Of course, everyone likes something shiny, so let's go ahead and throw that cap on there. Bam. Looking good, nice and tight. It's not a locking cap, but that's all right. I'm gonna keep an eye on this truck. All right, now on to another easy project. We're gonna install these rear tail lights. The factory replacement clips go into the original locations. Auto Metal Direct designed these bed panels to have the factory spots still intact. So the first thing that we install is the inner piece of the tail light. This screws into all of the factory clips that we just installed. This will hold the tail light bulbs in place, and the lens cover goes on top and screws into that piece that we just installed. This is all factory replacement stuff. These tail lights are from LMC Truck and fit like perfect. They look great, they fit well. So now when it gets over to the wiring shop, he'll just have to take off the lens and run all the wires and hook up the bulbs. Perfect timing. Right when we finished up our tail lights, we saw this big truck pulling up and we knew what we were getting delivered. This is all of our brand new TMI interior. The interior is getting installed next week, so we made sure we ordered these in plenty of time. This is a beautiful kit from TMI specifically for our 1979 Chevy truck. This kit includes a 60-inch split back bench seat that's out of black vinyl with red stitching. It's complete replacement bench seat with the slider tracks. It's universal for most applications, and the seat bracket we ordered as well. We also received our dash pad cover. This is a molded dash pad that goes over the factory metal dash. These are all built in-house at TMI and includes all of the brackets that you need to install it. This is the sport design that includes the AC cutout vents. So right when we go to install our vintage air AC, we know we have all the vents there. And we also finally got our molded door panels from TMI. These are specifically molded for our 1979 Chevy truck. They look amazing. They're going to fit in the factory locations, and just like this seat, they're black vinyl with red stitching. Can't wait to get this stuff installed next week.
First, we got to get this carpet installed. We, as usual, chose to work with our good friend Sean at Twisted Artisan. He also has a YouTube channel, so you guys should definitely check it out to get to know some really cool tips and tricks to installing your interior or hiring him. He is a traveling interior guy. So the plastic panels that are all going in the inside are from LMC Truck. All of these parts are designed to fit in the factory location, as well as this all black headliner. It comes already with the cloth on it, so it's all ready to go. So let's get it going. Now that Sean's got all the carpet installed, he's going to move his way up, get all the rubbers installed around the door jambs. This is all from Steel Rubber Products, and then he's going to start mounting the plastic B and A pillar panels. Next is going to be the new headliner piece, which gets installed right to the factory roof using all of these plastic panels that go around that we picked up from LMC Truck. All of these parts and pieces are designed to line up in the factory locations, so Sean just has to simply find the original hole using a punch, screw the screws in that we ordered for LMC Truck, and it's all good to go. Here you can see the carpet is installed, all the B and A pillars are installed, everything fits in the factory location, looks great, all new parts and pieces. The shifter hole is already cut in the carpet in the perfect location. Don't try to do this yourself if you haven't done it before. Carpet is a real tricky thing to do. Next, Sean's going to work on these door panels. These are classic Cruiser series door panels from TMI Interior. They look great, they fit in the factory location, and they install very easily. Now that those are taken care of, I can give Sean a hand adding the new bench seat using the new TMI sliders that bolt directly into the factory location, and how good does that look?
Inside we have a Billet Specialties 15.5-inch steering wheel, which is perfect for these trucks. We have Dakota Digital gauges. The AC system, we have a vintage air. It blows nice and cold. Also has heat in the cold time when we need it. And for the radio, we have a custom auto sound radio along with kick panels. For the interior, you can see the dash is custom with the sewing. This is from TMI Interiors. And for the door panels, these are also TMI door panels. What's so nice about these is you can order them, pick out which color and style you want, you get them in the mail, and you can just pop them right in. No more sitting at the upholstery shop for months on end.
Can we roll the window down so I can read it?
All right.
Did they align everything? No?
Look at all these Chevys. All right, let's get this thing on the trailer. Shout out to GT Trailer Rentals in Ocala. We rented this trailer for the day. It's got a winch on it, removable fenders. It's a perfect setup. Let's get this thing loaded. All right, truck is on. Let's strap it down. Get it over the neck. Looks good. Gotta love having a winch. The truck that don't run. All right. Got the truck off the trailer. We're at Provo's. Truck's ready to go. We're gonna do all the painless wiring. We're gonna do the Terminator LS kit from Holley. These like headlight plugs and stuff. Okay. I got a bunch of those here. And then it's also, the headlights are LEDs, but they have the tail lights are just regular, they're not tail light LEDs. But the headlight thing is Rocky's back. Got it back at the shop, got it back from the wiring place. We got some work to do now. Gonna get ready for our first fire up, but Project Rocky looking rough with these stock wheels on it. But that's all right, we got our American Forces back there. But for now, Rocky's all wired up, ready to go. We got the exhaust work all done on it. Check out that exhaust. We got Borla with an X pipe in there. Super clean exhaust work. Modern muffler in Ocala. Shout out to those guys. Florida. We got Rocky ready to go. It's looking clean. Under the engine bay, we have a Summit Racing 5.3 liter engine. We have a Summit Racing intake. This is an entire setup, all from Summit Racing. We also have the CVF pulley kit. We remote mounted our coil packs just for a different kind of look. We have a nice smooth firewall back there. We have a Hydra Boost brake setup from Performance Online. We also have Headman headers. We have a KRC power steering booster. All of this is wired up using our Holley Terminator LS system. Optima battery, so we always know we got the right amount of power to start it. We have AC thanks to Vintage Air. We have a cold case radiator, so we never have any cooling problems, along with 2 electric fans. The entire truck was wired up with painless wiring harnesses. You can see the painless distribution panel right there. So The entire truck has painless wiring all throughout, along with our Holley Terminator LS system. All right, got Rocky in the shop, so we got to go over a few things here. So as you can see, we have the Gen 3 LS1 from Summit Racing. This thing's pretty impressive though. It put off over 440 horsepower. That's pretty good for a crate motor. Anyway, we're gonna do all this AMSOIL fluid. We got the transmission fluid, antifreeze, motor oil, gear lube, got the oil filter. We got our brake fluid and power steering fluid, all this stuff from AMSOIL. All right, got the system set. We're gonna try first fire. Let's see how it does. Now the trim on this truck, it's a little bit of a sore subject. Yes, we only have the top trim, which I personally think looks great. We didn't put the bottom trim on there, but the trim itself came from Marquet. Unfortunately, Marquet is no longer in business, but I believe there are some other companies that have a similar quality product. But these moldings from Marquet were definitely the best in the market that we could find. So we went with them, but unfortunately they are no longer in business. So glad we got our set when we did. Might be wondering why we name it Rocky. Because this is a 1979 Chevy truck, and the most popular movie in 1979 was Rocky. So that's what we named it. And we got these custom billet badges built by Rad Machining. They're custom billet aluminum, and they can cut them in any logo or any wording that you want if you guys want to set yourself. All right, when it comes to sheet metal on this truck, we have all new sheet metal, all new front and rear bumpers. Everything is brand new except for the cab itself. The doors are brand new. The bed sides are brand new. Fenders, tailgate, bumpers, literally everything is brand new on this truck, including the interior of the bed. And we've got the wide bed tubs in the rear. So if we ever do decide to slam it instead of lift it, it's ready to go. All of this sheet metal came from Auto Metal Direct. So we have all new sheet metal, fits great. It could fit better, the gaps could be better, but this is a driver, so we didn't get too crazy with it. But we have all new sheet metal, all new bumpers, thanks to Auto Metal Direct. All right, so for headlights, we have headlights and taillights from United Pacific. And the cool thing about these, they've got a halo in them. If you could see, they've got a halo parking light in them. They look really cool. And in the rear, same thing. These are brand new lights from United Pacific. They look just like the factory lights. They look great. They work perfect. Really happy with our lights from United Pacific. These door handles, they're billet door handles from Eddy Motorsports, as well as our side view mirrors. All billet, all new from Eddy Motorsports. Gives it a nice, cool, clean look. All right, here we go. Project Rocky is complete. We've got the full truck completely done. Full frame off restoration. We took this truck all the way down to the frame, Brought it all the way back up. This is our 2-wheel drive 1979 Chevy C10. We have a custom lift kit on it, which we have a full parts list for. If you leave a comment, we'll email you the entire parts list on this truck. We have 20-inch wheels. These are around a 32-inch tire, but the stance is pretty solid. Let's go over all the different parts and details. If you haven't watched this full series, check out the full series where we break it down all the way from when we first bought it to where it stands now. This is an amazing build, an amazing truck. Lots of great partners on this truck.